that time again. We have a reasonable hand, and we're going to keep it. We're on the draw. On the play, this hand's very good. On the draw, it's merely okay. Oh, turn 1 Delver. I'm sure this will go well for me. Alright. Leading on Tron. In case they spike a Prophetic Prism on turn 2, I want to be able to play it after playing 2 Tron lands. And if I get a tap land on turn 2, I'd play that, and then be able to play another Tron piece on turn 3 to play the Oracle. Turn 1 Delver Blind Flip. Alright. These Moments pieces are going to get owned by Spellstutter Sprites, and I am going to be on the game 2 soon enough. Alright, just going to lead on tower. Next turn, probably just going to have to play Grotto, even if I draw another land. Even if I draw a tap land, I think I have to just play Grotto and Moments piece during their turn. Well, I didn't really have any option, did I? Go ahead and upkeep this Moments piece. No need to give my opponent a chance to draw something. Are they going to Sprite in a turn? Do they just have it all? Yeah, they just have it all. Good lord. Oh, this is unfortunate. Alright. On the plus side, if I hit Tron, like if I just spike a Prophetic Prism, yeah, they're gonna ninja back this. Well, no, if they ninja back the Sprite, it doesn't matter because they can't recast it. So, all right. They didn't pay mana, so I'm going to assume they don't have another daze. There's an actual counterspell. Alright. Well, not dead on board. If they have Ninja plus Mutagenic Growth, I'm dead, but couldn't do much about that anyway. Alright, I'm going to play a Dignitary because it doesn't get sprited. If they have another counterspell, well, I wasn't going to be able to win that anyway, so might as well just slam this Dignitary. Yeah, okay. 2 different versions? Alright. Turn 1 Delver, Blind Flip, 2 Fairies, into Daze counter. It's gonna be hard to beat. But we're gonna try for game 2. We got some cards too. I went up to a 4th Moments piece on the board over Serrated Arrows. I don't really have enough cards to take out anyway, and I swapped the island for a Chancery. I liked the Chancery when I was doing the experiment with Rhystic Circle, so I'm gonna keep it. Dispel sucks. Crop Rotation's dangerous. Don't need Capsize. Don't need Pulse. What else do I take out? Fingraph? Or Dignitary. I've got 2 Cop Blues. I'm gonna take out a Dignitary. Just keep all my lands in. One mana, 3/2 flyers are really good. Opponent's thinking. I don't know what build my opponent's on. If I see Bone Splitters, Spire Golems, and Relics up, I might bring an Ancient Grudge, but don't know if they're playing Spire Golems, and I've still got Dignitaries in, and an Arrows to deal with it. Or I can just take 2 for a while. On the draw, I guess I'll swap out the Fingraph for this other Dignitary. Or Ancient Grudge if I see a reason to bring that in. I would like to play first. Snapkey. Alright, do I daze check? Do I just slam Circle of Protection on turn 2? I probably do. Oh yeah, I definitely do. If this gets dazed, not great for me, but if it does, they at least go back to 0 lands. Oh, or it resolves, and I'm going to be heavily advantaged. Especially since I added this Chancellery, so I get to make my next 2 land drops. This card seems really good. I could gain a life. I don't think it's necessary. Just gonna return the Quicksand so I can play it untapped next turn. I'm gonna bounce Sprite, or I'm gonna prevent Sprite instead of Miscreant, because I want them to return the Sprite. I'm not gonna get anything countered by Sprite anyway, so I might as well, if they're gonna do a Ninja, make them pay 2 mana instead of 1 mana. Oh, or they're just gonna jam pre-combat. Okay. Alright. I should have circled in response to this preordained so I could F6. Alright, my opponent's just jamming their stuff. I'm going to play an Oracle rather than invoke a Muldrifter. I want to be able to find lands. And I do want to... I would rather draw 2 cards, but I think getting an Oracle in play means if my opponent does do a Ninja or an Augur, I don't have to waste a mana preventing his damage in the future. So opponent's just digging. Taking 2 this turn. I'm still going to prevent the Sprite damage. My opponent casts nothing. I will not cast anything during my turn. If they tap low... Oh, I gotta do something about that now, don't I? Alright, daze check. Cool. Things could go very poorly next turn for me. My opponent Vapor Snags the Muldrifter, hits me down to 11. Maybe even has Ninja as well. And they missed on Augur? Alright. Well, I have no attack except for that, so... Oh, the running out the Muldrifter worked out very well for me. Unfortunately, now I'm... gotta open myself up to something. Yeah. I don't. Bass. Discarding Oracle. I've got Ghostly Flicker and Mystical Teachings up, depending on what my opponent's plan is. They have 1 card in hand. I'm gonna Mystical Teachings for Prohibit. Ribbit. Are they going to Sprite this? That'd be insanely good for me. Yeah. I could get Gut Shot and just hit the Delver, but I have Circle of Protection in play, so I don't think that's very necessary. Alright. We made our land drop, so we're just going to pass. And it's our second piece of Tron. What are they revealing? They're thinking a long time about this. I suspect they have a counterspell on top and they just don't want to flip their Delver. Okay. Like, they just don't need to reveal the information because I have the Circle of Protection in play. If they swing with their fairies, I'll just block the Miscreant. If they swing all out, I guess I'll eat Delver and... Okay. What am I missing here? I'm sure my opponent is doing these things for a reason, but I just don't know what those reasons are. Binning a fairy here is actually a huge cost. So, I'm just going to do this. If they have actual counterspell or double sprite, sure, it gets countered. But I'm fine with that. It's a fine trade. Actual counterspell is a very good trade for me. Prism? Well, I can Prism and then counter the fairy on the way down. That turns on my Pyroblast, and I think I'll do that. Not only does it turn on the Pyroblast, it also lets me use my mana to answer their threats. So I don't need to worry about hitting land drops as badly. And if I hit a land drop here, that's a benefit. Still got the upkeep stop. If that Delver flips, I'm just going to go ahead and Pyroblast it. Can't Pyroblast it. I got to counter that Gush. I'll just trade the Muldrifter if they swing. Or just prevent the damage, I guess. Definitely holding up Pyroblast to counter this Gush. Alright, block Delver and Augur, take 2, clear the sky, but next turn I can play a Muldrifter. Yeah, I'm a little bit off double blocking Spire Golem now, but I suspect I can, given my opponent has nothing, I suspect I will be fine just chillaxing for a little bit. If I miss on lands here and miss on relevant spells, it could be awkward. I did neither. I'm going to jam a Prism. My opponent goes... If my opponent draws into a Gush and then gushes into Vapor Snag Ninja, it's not that bad for me even then, so we're fine. Cool. Alright, pretty good, pretty good. Got 2 Prisms, and I might hit Tron, so I'm just going to jam Muldrifter. If they have actual counterspell, maybe it's countered, that's fine. And then I can play a thing without getting sprited. If it resolves, I'm in great shape. And it resolved. I'm in great shape. I'm going to go ahead and play a Dignitary. and swing with the Mole Drifter. My opponent wants to offer the trade. I'm happy with that. That means their sprites are turned off. If they don't block, I get my 2-win. Opponent has 1 card. It might be sprite. So I'm going to run out the card. I don't care about getting sprited. This Oracle. I might as well use my mana. Yep. Alright. I was pretty good preordained, but hopefully my opponent will miss eventually. They've got a lot of cards that just don't do anything like other ninjas or whatever. Gonna lead on Dignitary to know what I need to do. I'm gonna play my mind first. I can Teachings for a Pyroblast if I have to. And go ahead and Compulsive myself. Discard this Cove. Yes, discard the Cove. I'm gonna play a map. And then Mole Drifter. I need to get a Mnemonic Wall reasonably quickly, but I think that should be easy enough. Just gonna run out Prism. My opponent wants to annul it, sure. Oh, alright. Daze is still in. I don't think if I was in my opponent's position, I would show me Daze. My opponent's so far behind that I don't think showing Daze is worth it for the 3rd game. Crack map for Remote Isle. Oh no, we have a stock graveyard. Let's go ahead and get a Fingraph. I'm gonna need to find a good spell soon. I guess I just pass. I'll triple block the Spire Golem if it swings. I guess if they swing with the fairies too, I just eat the fairies, but... Maybe my opponent will slam a Sunken City, give all their blue creatures +1/+1, swing in. Nope, alright. I'm going to flashback my Mystical Teachings. If they sprite it, it could get hairy, because I'm going to have to Pyroblast back, and then if they drew counter. I'm just going to go ahead and Pyroblast it. Alright. Go ahead and get Mystical Teachings, and then I've got double Pyroblast effectively. Yeah, I'm just gonna jam. Draw a bunch of cards. Wall. Oh man. Okay, this is bad if my my deck has all 3 walls on the bottom 3 cards. Because I might not be able to deck my opponent with Compulsive Research fast enough. That's a lot of lands. I'm not going to show him the second cop. It's a lot of lands. I'm just going to jam here. If they have a Daze, whatever. Grab my double Pyroblast while I have a chance. Missing on Mnemonic Walls is not great. That's also a way to just win, isn't it? I will counter back if my opponent tries to fight. Cool. Forgot I had serrated arrows. I guess I don't need to win with compulsive research as long as I can find a mnemonic wall eventually. Compulsive? Sure. Jam it. My opponent has 2 cards in hand and I have 2 Pyroblasts, so if I just find a mnemonic wall, as I did, double mnemonic wall. My gosh, how lucky. I'll go ahead and get Flicker back and then get Flicker back with the second wall, and then my opponent is dead. I can't lose anymore. I guess I could have Fairy Macabre right here, but even then, I think I'm in fine shape. Get Flicker. Could play Grotto and have triple Pyroblast up. Pyroblast, Pyroblast, Flicker my 2 walls, get another Pyroblast. I think I'd rather just get more colorless mana in play. I've got a bunch of blue already. I am going to discard a plant, though. And then we start mowing down creatures. Alright, going into game 3 with about 14 minutes left, maybe? So I don't need to worry about time constraints, even with a Circle of Protection. Go ahead and kill the Sprite. I'm going to go ahead and Flicker. Because even if my opponent has triple Counterspell, I'm fine. Because then I have another Flicker, I Flicker my 2 walls, and then my opponent has nothing. They have to use a Sprite now. If they have a Sprite, they have to use it. Otherwise, it's just dead. Which means I'm going to go ahead and counter. It's kind of a forced play from my opponent. So my opponent's going to have to counter this Pyroblast as well. And I'll go ahead and counter that, paying in a very weird manner. And then if they have another counterspell, I get to untap and kill them. I get to kill all of the creatures and have 3 Pyroblasts in hand. And if they don't have another counterspell, then, well, it didn't really matter what my opponent did, now did it? They didn't snap back their first Sprite? They have Snap in their deck? Alright, alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get my 2 Pyroblasts back, and my opponent can't play another spell for the rest of the game, but they had the Snap. I guess I would have just responded to their Snap by flickering, so it didn't change anything. Alright. Double Pyroblast in hand. Go ahead and play the Grotto. And then start mowing down their Spire Golems. Okay. I haven't seen Relic or Bone Splitter, so I'd only be putting in Grudge for killing Spire Golems. It's very good at that, though. Fingraph's okay. Do I need 6 anti-combat cards on the draw? I might. Alright, this is what I'm thinking. Cut 1 card from this collection. My opponent showed Dispel. They haven't shown Deprive. You can't really Dispel a Daze very effectively, so Dispel would just be for their Dispels and their counter spells, and that's just too thin. It doesn't hit Spell Stutter Sprite, so I don't like Daze against them. If they were blue-red, I could consider bringing it in if I see Dispel, Counterspell, and Pyroblast, but even then, that's a little bit... Like, it gets sprited and can't counter a sprite. It's really not great. I don't think I want the 4th Dignitary. It's just not great. Well, this is a mulligan. It's just not a good hand. It's not a good one-lander either. If I just draw lands, I'm just doing a whole lot of nothings. Maybe my opponent will mulligan too. Maybe my opponent won't have a turn 1 Delver blind flip. We all know that's not going to happen. Mulligan. This is a good one there. If I draw a land, I get to crack map for another land. I've got Quicksand if I just draw all lands. And I've got Prism for colored mana. Gotta bottom this. Yeah, if my opponent dazes my map and then I miss on land, I'm dead, but whatever. Well, not turn 1 Delver at least. I'm gonna lead on Quicksand rather than Grotto because I already have the Prism. Nope, no daze on that. They might have Ninja, so they could still have a daze in their hand. You gotta be shitting me, come on. 1 land, no cantrips. I'm gonna be unhappy if my opponent top decks a land here. Because they have a Ninja in hand. That's the only reason to keep this hand. They have Miscreant, Sprite, Ninja, and they're just going off. I'm going to play my Remote Isle. And I'm going to leave up Quicksand. If my opponent ninjas, I will Quicksand rather than crack map. But if my opponent doesn't ninja, like if they kept a 1-lander and they didn't get lucky and draw out of it, I will just crack the map. I'm going to get the bounce land. Yeah, I'm taking myself off Tron pretty hardcore here, but on the other hand, I get to make 2 land drops. I'm going to bounce my cycling land. I have a lot of lands stored up now. If I have to replay the cycling land, it's not that big a deal. Ooh, Miscreant, nice. That's the best cantrip they could have. They didn't draw into a land, though, so nice. I'm going to slam this arrows and kill my opponent. Now, even if they have Ninja, I'm going to be able to Quicksand it. Chunk ya. Aha, they hit the land. But it's a little bit too late. If they ninja here, yeah, they get to sinkhole me, but I get to arrows any future fairies. So I am gonna run out this. Oh no, I'm not gonna run out this compulsive because I have a teachings. I can just play a game land and then end of turn teachings for Pyroblast. Or Pyroblast in response to something relevant. I'll let that resolve. Again, I had the quicksand for the ninja, so not a big deal. But it could hold up snap for targeting their sprite when I arrows in response. Unfortunately for them, I'm going to end a turn teachings for flicker, and then if they try to do that, they're going to get blown out. Just going to ninja? I assume they have mutagenic growth, so I'm just going to do this anyway. Might as well just get the card out of their hand. The land's not that big of a deal. And I did not teachings in response, because if they daze me, I don't really mind. I'm going to be tapping all my mana anyway, because I don't have Tron, and I'm not going to get Tron for a while. I'll go ahead and get a flicker. Run out this prism, and then run out compulsive, probably, depending on what I draw. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and run out compulsive, discarding either grotto or cycling land. Huh. Never mind. Well, yeah, I'll just discard a land. I could have just discarded these two cards because they don't do anything. But I think that's just silly. They might have double sprite in hand. Why are they doing this main phase? Just gonna go ahead and gut shot it, paying mana. I want to get the card out of my hand, so I don't have to discard if I compulsive myself and discard a land. And if my opponent has daze, sure. Go ahead and compulsive myself, and then play Circle of Protection. I already have a tower. I'm going to discard a tower. Yeah, I'm discarding a land and not making a land drop. Whatever. I've got a handful of gas. My opponent has 2 mana, so they could double daze this, but they should have used a daze way long ago, given they were missing land drops. So I can't imagine they have a double daze by now. Like, if you're going to miss a land drop anyway, just daze when you can daze something. Spire Golem. Unfortunately for them, I already have a reasonable countermeasure against Spire Golem. Just running out stuff. I'm going to play Prism rather than Muldrifter. They could have 1 daze, possibly. I'm going to swing, and I'm going to play a Dignitary. They could have Exclude. If they have Exclude, yeah, I could have waited and Pyroblasted the Exclude, but if they Exclude here, who cares? Okay, using an actual counterspell on that is bizarre. They countered a vanilla 1/4. They have no boards if they're not attacking, so they just countered a 1/4. Do they have all 4 counterspells? Even if they do, just let it resolve. Who cares? Did my opponent cut cantrips to fit all this stuff in? They have Snap still in their deck. That's my read on it. They have Snap still in, so I assume something weird's going on. They're probably going to counterspell and then dispel my Pyroblast. I've got to get through my opponent's counters anyway, so Might as well. I could just sit there and do nothing in a turn teachings, but I might as well just burn through their counterspells. Okay. I don't know what one lander they kept, but it was probably a mulligan. They're running such a low land count that their hand only really becomes great if they immediately spike an island off the top. Turn 1, Fairy Miscreant Ninja. Turn 2 is very good. But they're playing Delver Secrets. I think if they mulligan, they're more likely to win by just mulliganing into a turn 1 Delver Blind Flip. Or mulliganing into Creature Ninja, 2 lands, and then 2 other cards. I don't think trying to spike a hand with Island, Miscreant, Ninja, probably Sprite and Counterspell, and then no cantrips and no second Miscreant is worth keeping. Anyway, opponent kept a sketchy hand on turn or game 3. We kept a sketchy mulligan on game 3, and we managed to actually get there. So everything worked out. We are 1-0. I suppose I should make sure I went over all the changes correctly. This is Flicker. Familiars. Chancery instead of Island. 4th Moment's Peace on the board over a Serrated Arrows, because I'm already cutting a bunch of cards in the Blue Mirror anyway, or the Delver matchup anyway. I'm still running 2 Cop Blues, which have been pretty good. And still 2 Compulsive Researches. Alright, yeah. Just some minor changes. The Bounce Land overperformed when I was playing Ristic Circle, so I swapped it out for the island. There are situations where I really wish I had an untapped island, just as a crack map, get a blue source, play a blue source, play a blue spell with tapping all my mana. In those situations, I'm going to wish I had the island, but other than that, Bounce Land was really good in game 2, so hopefully it'll pay off. Anyway, there are exactly 64 players, so there's only 6 rounds, meaning probably want to go X1. If I just fire off a 5-0, that'd be great. If I go 4-1, I'll just have to play winning in. But given there are exactly 64 players and there are 6 rounds, I'm definitely going to want to get my losses in late because I really want my tiebreakers to be good. I just need to win, go at least 4-0 so that if I do lose 2, I actually have a chance to sneak into the top 8. But it actually might be a situation where there aren't any slots for an X2, so we'll find that out. But I do like only 6 rounds. Cutting out a round is just great. It feels a lot better just playing 6 rounds and then you're either in the top 8 or not. Playing that 7th round is just kind of miserable sometimes. Anyway, I've been talking a while. There's a bunch of matches left, but we'll see you for round 2. You don't have to watch this countdown. And that is not the right button.